Check it out, guys. This is my 2006 Chrysler 300, and a while back ago I did a 2JC swap. Here's my proof, and the car's been sitting here. I mean, it's not drivable, so I need to do something with the car. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I think I'm gonna end up junking the car because it's just sitting here. But let me show you guys the motor real quick. So here it is. Here's the 2J, and honestly, I had polished valve covers. They're not polished anymore, and there's oil on the oil cap and a lot of dirt. So I'm gonna try to turn it on, but I'm gonna pull out the motor and I'm gonna try to clean it up, and most likely I'm gonna use it in somewhere else because this car is done. But before I do that, I want to share with you guys this video. I had another motor before this, and I thought I overboosted, and that's why it blew up, but it ended up being the alternator. So apparently I didn't have any ground, and here's my ground actually. So before, it didn't have a ground from the body to the motor, so the alternator wasn't charging properly, and I ended up leaning it out because of the fuel pump. Fuel pump didn't have enough voltage, and it didn't supply enough fuel, so I ran lean and I messed up the other motor. I thought it was because I overboosted it, but no, it was some alternator problem. Before I let the car sit, I did another video that I never uploaded, but I want to share with you guys the other video first before I decide what I'm gonna do with this car. But most likely it's gonna go to the junkyard. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Today I finally get a chance to work on my 2JC Chrysler 300. So a while back ago I did a 2JC swap on this Chrysler, and the car was running good. It was reliable, but I upgraded the turbo and I turned up the boost, and I guess I was running lean and I damaged the motor. I don't know what's wrong with it. It has a misfire, and I tried to drive it with the misfire and it got worse. Now it doesn't turn on. So I'm not gonna check what's wrong with the motor right now. What I want to do is I want to pull it out, and I got another one sitting over here. So I got another block and another head. Like I said before, I don't know what's wrong with this one, but I don't want to take any chances. So the plan is to take this one out, take it to the machine shop, have it inspected, and just fix whatever needs to be fixed. And that one's a fresh motor that I rebuilt. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start taking it apart. I gotta drain all the fluids. I'm gonna remove the hood, and I'm gonna start removing the piping, the coolant. I gotta remove the turbo and turbo manifold, and also the intake. So I'm gonna start taking it apart, and once I have the motor outside, maybe on another video, I'm definitely gonna open the engine and I wanna see the damage. The hood is off. I'm draining the antifreeze, and I'm almost done taking the intake manifold off. I already disconnected everything on the top. I removed the upper radiator hose, the intercooler pipes on both sides. This one's disconnected. I'm gonna go ahead and finish taking the intake off. Then I'm gonna move on to the turbo, and lastly I'm gonna remove the valve covers. I don't want to leave them on because they're polished and I don't want to scratch them, even though I haven't really been super careful with them. But I'm gonna try to make them look pretty again, and I don't want to do any more damage to them. So I'm gonna remove those, and I'm gonna pull the motor without the valve covers. I just finished taking the turbo off. So this is the turbo. I got my intake over here. I also removed the power steering pump, the alternator. I disconnected my low radiator hose. I'm gonna remove the turbo manifold. I'm gonna remove the lines for the catch can, and I'm gonna remove the hoses. I have like coolant radiator hoses on the back for the heater, couple of wires, and then also these hoses are for the oil. I'm gonna remove those. I'm not gonna reuse those. I think I'm just gonna get a different ones because these ones, they're too long, and honestly I bought them from eBay and I don't trust them. Sometimes they leak oil, so I don't want those hoses. And that's pretty much it. And on the bottom, all I gotta do is remove the bolts from the transmission, the converter, and I think that's it. All right, so I don't have to do much underneath, just the basics. So I gotta remove all the transmission bolts. I gotta remove this piece of the downpipe. Well, it's actually the downpipe. It's a one piece. I'm gonna disconnect it from the exhaust, and I'm gonna remove the wastegate. I gotta take the wastegate off, and then the dump tube. And I'm just gonna have that coolant hose right there for the heater, and that's pretty much it. Just finished unbolting the turbo manifold, And I think that's it. Okay, I'm ready to pull out the motor. I already disconnected everything. I already kind of drained all the coolant. I know it's gonna leak a little bit more, but I'm gonna put plugs, like for example on that pipe, and maybe I'll put a plug right here because I don't want to make a mess. And I'm gonna pull it out. I was gonna remove the valve covers, but I think I'm just gonna put something over it so I don't scratch them. Here's all the parts that I removed. I mean, it's not that many parts, and that's pretty much it. The turbo, I put it in the trunk. I want to do a bunch of upgrades because I have a lot of eBay stuff and it's leaking. It's not the greatest. It'll work, but most of the time when you use, like, for example, these eBay hoses right here, the fittings, see they have a lot of play and they were leaking already. On this side it's pretty dry. I don't see any oil, but on this other side, I mean, there's a little bit of I mean, it's wet. I don't know if it's oil or if it's just the antifreeze when I started disconnecting everything, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna pull out the motor and I'm gonna check everything. So there it is. It's finally out. I'm gonna put it on the side for now. I'm gonna clean a couple of things. I gotta replace a couple of hoses, like the power steering pressure hose is leaking. I'm gonna start ordering some parts. I want to finish it as soon as possible because I don't really have time to work on it. I got other things to do. But I want to get it running and I want to get it running properly. So here's the motor. Like I said before, I'm going to be using a couple of things from this motor. I'm going to be using the accessories like the water pump. I'm going to be using probably all of the pulleys because I don't want to look for the other ones on the other motor and they're probably dirty. These are a lot better. So I'm going to use most of the sensors, all of them actually. I just finished installing my power steering pressure hose. This is the new one right here. So every time you pull out a motor, if there's something that needs to be replaced, might as well. I pay like $50 for the pressure hose, and it's a lot easier to install it now. Here's the old one in the trash. So it was leaking from right here, and it was something that I wanted to replace, but I kept on forgetting. So now I'm gonna start putting my motor together. I'm gonna be using this head. This is a 2JZ GTE head. And I got a GTE block over here that I rebuilt a while back ago. There's a little bit of rust on the surface, but I'm just gonna clean it up. It's just surface rust. And I got a couple of gaskets too. I'm gonna replace all the gaskets, the seals. This is the intake manifold gasket. I gotta bring down the head gasket. I'm gonna put a new oil pump. And I mean, I'm just gonna put everything new. The only thing that I'm gonna reuse is the accessories from this one. So I'm gonna reuse the valve covers, the oil filter sandwich or relocator, whatever you wanna call it. I will reuse all the sensors because they were working properly. And the water pump, I don't even think it has like 2,000 miles. It probably has like 1,500, maybe less. The timing belt, I might put a new one. I might reuse this one because it doesn't have that many miles, it's just 30. But I might just go ahead and replace it if I have an extra one. Anything other than that, I should be good to put everything back together. I'm gonna start putting the motor together. The first thing I'm gonna do before I put it on the engine stand, I'm gonna go ahead and put the rear main and the oil pump. I don't have to put the oil pump right away. I could wait till it's on the engine stand, but I wanna go ahead and make a little bit more progress. I got my motor on the engine stand. I already installed my oil pump. I'm gonna go ahead and install my oil pan. I'm not gonna record the process on how to do all of that stuff. I might even bolt on the head. I just finished putting the motor together, so I'm gonna be dropping it in the car pretty soon. The only thing I used from the other engine was the studs for the head, and everything else I put a new head gasket, new oil pump, new gaskets for the valve cover, seals. Everything else is pretty much new. The other thing I did reuse is the water pump. So this water pump was new. I only used it for about a year. Now on the other engine, I wasn't gonna take it apart, but I ended up taking it apart. And the only thing I found was the pieces from the spark plugs. So pretty much I don't know if they're called electrodes or the tips, but they all came off on the other spark plugs. So the engine was running lean for some reason. And there was some damage on the pistons. You could see some damage right here on the piston. And on this one, same thing. This is the one I was getting the misfire. So all of them, they have a little bit of damage. Now the cylinder walls, they're okay. I already checked them and they look okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this to the machine shop. And now for the head, I'm gonna send it to the machine shop too, because this valve right here, it's broken. So that's pretty much why I was getting the misfire. I didn't find any other problem on the rest of the cylinders except on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this motor ready to drop it in the car. I already got the motor in. Like I said, it's pretty simple. It's actually easier than the B6 that he had or the B8s they come with. I mean, I got a lot more room to drop the engine. There's definitely a lot more, and it's pretty simple to drop it in and bolt it onto the tranny. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish bolting everything on. I already put the brackets for the motor mounts. I gotta finish bolting down the transmission, and that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much done with it. I bolted on the intake and connected all the couplers, the piping, injectors, all the wiring. I already added oil. I gotta add antifreeze, and I still have to put the hood back on. I wanna share something with you guys real quick. So I finished the car. I cranked it. It turned on no problem, but I was getting no oil pressure, so I turned it off right away. So oil only flows one way, and it comes out the other way. If you try to reverse the flow, the check valve is not gonna allow the oil to go through the filter. So what happened was that I have an oil relocator, and I guess I just connected the lines differently than from how I had it, and I pretty much reversed the flow, so the filter wasn't allowing the oil to flow. The way I figured it out, I put a fitting, and then I was blowing. It wouldn't let me blow air through the filter, and then I was trying to suck the air, and it did allow me to suck the air. So that's how I figured out that they have like some kind of check valve inside. For now, I'm just gonna enjoy the car, and I'm gonna have fun with it. All right, guys, so back to the car. Let me show you guys what happened with the car and why it's not drivable. All right, guys, so I had it parked and somebody T-boned it. Let me show you guys the damage. So as you can see, it got T-boned. And it's not drivable anymore. I'm gonna pull out the motor and everything else that I could use out of this car, and the rest of it I'm just gonna scrap it. So for the next video, that's what I'm gonna be doing with this car. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys have any comments, any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next one.